Yeah, the high school.
Okay, stand, say the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
When you look at the agenda. Any additions or subtractions?
Roll call.
Roll call.
I'll do roll call.
Okay.
Oh, I see where, right here. Addition. Roll call.
Benny David, Roger Mayhew,
Yeah.
Charles Wiltie,
Here.
Brenda Simmons,
Yep,
Craig Scott.
Here. The agenda,
now we need approval of the agenda.
I'd like to put a resolution on number 7H for a budget hearing.
I'm sorry,
For
Commissioner.
a budget hearing, I'd like to put a resolution on for a budget hearing.
Okay,
7H,
8B,
8B, okay, 8B.
okay, resolution. For budget one,
Hearing,
would you
wow,
give a date?
I'll have to talk with the
Okay,
administrator.
any other additions or deletions?
Nope, I'll make a motion to approve it with additions.
Do you have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any sorry.
I have no conflict of interest in this meeting.
Is there any declaration of conflicts of interest?
No.
There are no declaration of conflicts. We need to review the minutes for August 10th.
I reviewed the minutes for August 10th and I'll make a motion to accept them as stand.
Do we have a second?
I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, review of August 24th. I just reviewed all of them, so. Committee as a whole meeting, I make a motion to
I'll
accept the
second.
minutes for August 24th.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. August 29th, special committee of the whole meeting.
I reviewed August 29th special committee of the whole meeting.
I'll make a motion. I'll make a second.
Did you second that?
I
Commissioner?
second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, public comment on the agenda, item matters only. Do I have any comments locally here in the room? Anyone on TV have any public comment on agenda item matters? Anyone? No public comment. We have correspondence from the Charlevoix County opposition to state septic code amendments. Everybody read that? I gotta go back. I gotta find it.
Yep, I looked
Yep.
it over.
I looked it over.
I know that the state wants to have us have our septic inspected every 5 years. And several counties are an object to this because they don't know how they're gonna finance it, number one. I mean, can you, and especially in northern Michigan, it's not like we're in the city where they have sewer and water. Most of the people here in the country, except for in town probably, have septic tanks. And it would be very costly to do that. So I'm in support of their opposition to the state septic code amendments. Any comments on that?
Oh, could be in some deep stuff though.
Pardon me, please?
Could be in some deep stuff.
It could be in some deep stuff. You're right.
Yeah, At the meeting that I had last Monday, that was a long conversation, first time meeting with all the other, county commissioners. And, they spoke about this probably for a half hour. And
They what?
They spoke about it for about a half hour, and this is all pretty much rural counties, so. I mean, as much as I think we all agree, we definitely want to keep our water streams, rivers clean, and that's important to us and everything else, but I think this would be very costly and,
Well, the recommendation, I think, is point of sale. When you sell your home, then it should be inspected. But not every 5 years. And I think that's what is being proposed to the state. Yeah, because it would be, we had at the health department, we also had a lengthy conversation about this. And environmental health also, it would be absolutely cost, it would break you. And he had the figures there about how much it costs, how many subjects we have in the area, how much it would cost to have them done every 5 years. I don't know how anyone could afford to do that. So just know it's in the eyes of the state. Do we have consent agenda? Do you want to approve the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to pass all the total consent agenda.
Have a second?
I'll second that.
Anybody want to remove anything from there?
All A through G.
A through G.
All in favor?
Aye. I think we gotta do a roll call. Don't we, on a consent?
Do we?
It's gotta be roll call, yeah.
Second that.
Who said?
I made the motion, he supported,
Okay,
because there's money spent.
Yeah.
okay, roll call.
Roger Mayhew,
Yeah.
Charles Wiltie,
Yes.
Brenda Simmons,
Yep.
Craig Scott.
Yes.
Okay, new business claims. And where are the claims? Oh, there they are. Commissioner Wilson and I did the claims. We didn't see anything out of the extraordinary. Did you see anything out of the extraordinary, Mr. Wilson?
No, we had a couple questions and we got them answered.
Yeah. So we didn't see anything out of line here. So I need a motion to approve the expenditures of $165,524.06.
I'll make the motion.
I'll make a second. Any comments?
It's pretty cheap. Cheap week.
Cheap couple of weeks.
Oh.
Okay, roll call.
Charles Wiltie,
Yes.
Brenda Simmons,
Yes.
Craig Scott,
Yes.
Roger Mayhew.
Yes.
Okay, added to our agenda was a resolution for a budget hearing.
Yes, I would like to make a motion to set the wheels in motion to have a budget hearing to adopt the draft budget presented by the administrator.
Do I have a second to that?
I'll support that.
All right. We probably need a roll call on that, right? I would say we do.
Yep, okay.
Money.
Yep.
We get a little
Yes.
clarification. Is the motion to set the hearing,
So I had a hearing for the adoption of the budget
okay, for what meeting?
for the,
For
well,
the,
what is the notification
I
requirements?
need to post it in the newspaper. It would not be ready for next week. I mean, the notice would be in the paper next week, but then you couldn't do it next week.
Okay.
At least you could do it, it'd be September 14th, regular meeting. And just to make sure we're all under the same understanding, having the hearing is separate from actually adopting the budget. You have to have the hearing. It can be, whatever date we pick, but you're not obligated to adopt the budget that night. You can still, because you've got a couple of meetings yet after that, you can still delay voting on what that final budget is. But you must have the hearing. And so as I understand this motion is we're just setting the hearing.
Just setting hearing date.
We need a date.
So
September 14th.
14th.
Regular meeting.
14th of September.
2 weeks from today.
Calendar. We have a meeting on the 7th and then the 14th, you want to approve it. Is that correct? You want a hearing?
Hearing, right.
hearing. You have to have that,
I know you have to have a
this
hearing.
procedure.
So we're just approving the hearing,
That's it.
not approve, okay. I just have some discussion on that. I think we need to have several more budget meetings before the 14th of September, if that's what we want to do it and have anything done on the 14th, because as it stands right now, I don't foresee it doing much on the 14th as it stands right now. So I discussion on this, we have to have more budget hearings, and maybe we need a couple of weeks until we make the resolve our issues, the disparities that we all have amongst ourselves. So I would say probably, including the committee as a whole meeting, we need to probably have another 2 meetings a week before that hearing. Because there are some major issues here that need to be discussed. Any comments?
No, just want to start the hearing process.
Okay. So I mean, we can have the hearing that night, but we had to have all these special. So will you set those meetings up? I'm free on Mondays and probably free on Fridays, so.
Gonna vote on the hearing?
I know,
Question?
I'm just asking a question right now. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm in favor.
Aye.
It's not to approve the budget,
Nope.
but if we're not in agreement, at that time, doesn't mean it'll be passed, just means you can have a hearing on it. Well, you can have as many hearings as you want, I guess, but until we decide that we are on agreement. on
Can't
the
have too
budget.
many. Can't have too many if we gotta give that a week's notice.
I understand
We only
that,
got-
you're right,
30 days left.
you're right. And who knows, maybe the budget won't pass.
Well, then we're gonna be then we won't need a septic inspection. We'll be in deep stuff then.
We're in deep stuff now, what are you talking about?
If we don't have a budget for the state by the end of the next month, we're in deep stuff.
Okay, except for September
Sure
14th.
or not.
We wanna,
Okay, unfinished business.
Mr. Simmons, do we wanna start up another meeting? You were talking about you wanna have another meeting.
I want to have probably 3 or 4 more meetings.
Do we wanna set up? We got COW in a week from now. We wanna set up.
I'd like to have one set up for Monday, if we can't, what's today, Thursday, Monday, if we can't.
Monday's the holiday.
Well, not Monday then. Well, Monday would be okay with me, but I'm not doing anything in particular, but.
I am.
What's Tuesday look like? I gotta look at my
I got
calendar.
something going.
September.
7th? No, 5th.
I want at least 2, the week of the 4th. Pick 2 days, you guys. I'm free on Monday. And I'm free on Tuesday. We have a cow on Wednesday.
No,
Thursday.
I mean, on Thursday, sorry.
Let's see, Tuesday,
I have a meeting on Friday.
Tuesday the 5th.
Tuesday the 5th, fine with me. Anybody else have a problem with Tuesday
What
the
time?
5th? I'd say 5:30.
So your department heads and elected officials have to come after hours.
If they want to, they can come.
That's right. There's none you want to come?
No, everybody can come. If they want to. I don't care who comes.
Can we try, if you're having more than one, can we try to have one during the
Friday.
day?
Friday,
I'm sorry, say what?
If you're having more than one, can we try to get one during the day?
because Fridays are good, aren't they? How are your Fridays? What committee you-
Well,
Morning's not good.
it's not-
pardon me?
Friday in the morning's not good.
I had an EMSCA meeting Friday morning. No, I got it at noon.
Well, the committee of the whole on the 7th is a 9 AM meeting, so
Oh, yeah,
Is it what?
that's true.
9 AM already.
That's true.
So I'll give you an evening and a
Yeah,
morning
that's
one
true.
that week.
So committee as a whole, then we have discussion on
Budget.
a
Yep.
special part of our meeting just for budget.
Well, the chair asked that we try to limit other business so that we're focused on the budget. So we're working to do that.
Okay. Let's do it Thursday morning then. So we'll discuss the budget 5:30 on Tuesday, the 5th. And at 9 o'clock. After we get a regular business done, then we'll work on the budget then, okay? Then, what about Monday, the 11th?
We have a department head meeting at 9.
Okay, then we'll meet at 5:30.
Well, all your department heads will be there at 9.
Huh?
All your department heads will be there at 9.
It might not be a bad time to do it.
But
Good point. Let's have a budget meeting at 9 o'clock Monday morning,
Monday, the 11th,
Monday, the 11th. And you might as well schedule it for the 12th and the 13th too, because if we're not done doing it, you may think it's funny, Commissioner Scott, but it's not funny.
I do think it's funny.
Doesn't mean we're gonna meet on the 12th and 13th. I just think we have to have designated times for the 12th and 13th. In case we're not there yet, because we are running out of time.
The 12th is a regular. Oh, no, Tuesdays.
Yes, Karen?
I'm sorry, are you saying Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the 11th, 12th, and 13th at 9 AM?
If we're not resolved, these are just
Tentative dates?
tentatives. If we're not resolved on the 11th. If it's not resolved on the 11th, the sure won't be passed on the 14th.
The 13th is Parks and Rec at 9.
I know. I consider budget more important.
Okay, well, I guess we'll wait till that week. So let's, yeah.
Well, we have Parks and Rec on the 9th, at 9 in the morning, then we can have a meeting at, let's say, 11 o'clock. We can start at 11 on the 13th, or let's do it at 5:30. Then I think all the commissioners will be here at 5:30 on Wednesday.
So which time, I just wanna know, cause I have to post it all.
Say
Monday,
what?
they have to be posted, so do you want
I know.
Monday and Tuesday at 9 and Wednesday at 11?
Wednesday at 5:30.
Wednesday at 5?
Yeah, I want to make sure all the commissioners can be here. So Monday and Tuesday at 9, did we say?
Mhm.
Okay,
And Wednesday will be 5:30?
that doesn't necessarily mean those meetings will take place. It all depends what we resolve before the 12th and the 13th. But I want to give this budget every chance it's got. Any questions? Mr. Mayhew, any questions? Okay. Any unfinished business?
Where are we meeting at?
Right here.
Oh, because I read in the paper that we're meeting in the annex building, so,
Well, we're gonna meet here.
okay.
what is, what is our plan on that? So we really need to make sure we're consistent with what we're doing here and.
And I understand that. There are a couple of options, and I would like to discuss those couple of options with the entire board. To make that final decision, because that's really not conducive set up over there. At the annex for us, the people that take care of our buildings are gonna have to be over there moving furniture here, there and everywhere. And, we just, I like more discussion on this before we make a final decision on that.
Tuesday, the 11th, Tuesday, the 11th, the 9 AM meeting, there is court, district and probate.
Well, then we'll just have to yell at each other. So we can hear each other. All right.
Be here.
Here.
Next Thursday then, right now.
But just a second. Let's think about this for a second before we make any hasty decisions. If we have the budget meeting at 9 o'clock. In the morning, you're right, the fans will be going both those days.
I don't believe the Monday, unless there's a special hearing or something, we don't generally have,
But Tuesday could be a real problem, couldn't it?
yeah.
Let's do it at the annex on Tuesday. We just kind of configure it some way, so it's just kind of sitting around tables talking about this budget.
Okay, but the commissioners meeting next Thursday, we're gonna have here.
So on the 12th, we have it at the annex.
That actually does beg the question for the
Thursdays.
hearing on the 14th. That's a 9 AM meeting as well. So should we post that for the annex? And this is important because this is a hearing notice that will not just be on our boards here, but it'll be in the newspaper in 11-point font and everything else. And there's really no changing it once we've got.
Once we make it, I know. Do you have any comments about this, how we're setting it up now?
Not at all. Honestly, it's not a problem for us to have that room ready for you. It's not that difficult. It's just a couple of tables and we don't.
All right,
Can I make a comment?
yeah,
Just kind of goes reinforcing what I just said. I just think it's so important. I mean, Tim just said it's not a huge deal to get that ready. If we have to go to the annex so you guys can hear, well, then I think we need to make a move this back and forth. Where are we gonna be? It's not right to people that want to come to our meetings. It's just, I feel we need to either go one or the other, make a decision. Tim, you said it's not a big deal to get the annex ready?
It is not. I mean, it's just a couple of tables. If we have to move anything.
All right.
From their committee of the whole, there's.
We can
already tables
try
set
it.
up. So
so,
the next question is, and then we'll have Kelly run back to make sure the room's available.
Okay, so starting next week, next Thursday, our first 9 AM, committee of the whole, we're gonna start at the annex, correct?
so we're saying then on the 5th and the 7th, we're gonna have it in the annex building. Cause you said, where's the department head meeting on the 5th?
They'll go wherever we say.
Where do they meet?
Here.
And that's on the 5th? We'll leave that one here then. Cause they're gonna be here.
That's the
We
11th.
need to be here, yeah.
Yes.
So we'll meet
The
here.
11th.
No, the 11th.
The 11th is 9 AM, department head. Now budget.
We're gonna have one on the 11th. Annex,
That's the one that we have the department head day on.
the 11th?
And there
11th.
generally isn't court on Mondays.
This is the heads. The heads are on the 11th?
Yes.
All right.
Second Monday.
And you have, it's in one of these little conference rooms, right?
That's what we do. But I mean, this room, if it's open, this room would be fine.
We'll see how many are in attendance, I guess, because both those things open. All right. So the one on the 11th is here. And the one on the 12th is in the annex,
What?
To have it straight.
Think so.
and the one on the 13th is here. Oh, I like it. It's kind of like left, right, left.
All right, will you, starting with the 5th at 5:30,
Yep,
where is that?
here, because the courts will be over with by 5:30.
So I have one more thing to say, I'm back on the same topic.
Okay,
So is that what we're gonna do just moving forward? We're gonna be like ping pongs?
they'll be posted.
Courts are open and not, if we can have meetings here or not. I think it'd be great that we meet in one location. And that's where we meet. I mean, I'd like to get everybody else's, Commissioner Mayhew, Craig, I mean, I
Oh,
have no
absolutely.
problem if it makes
Oh,
it easier for
if-
everybody to meet at the annex.
All
why don't
right.
We just meet at the
I
annex.
just thinking about the extra people having to set up another room for us to sit was all. That's all I was thinking about.
But Tim said it's not that big a deal.
Then let's have
I
them.
just think it'd make it a lot easier when people are, well, where is it this day, or, we're consistent.
Okay,
So we should, if we're gonna go with the annex, I think we should, as long as I guess Kelly.
so the 5th will be in the annex. The committee as a whole will be here though. Oh, no, let's have that in the annex too.
Everything.
Everything. We
Everything,
said that
Everything.
at the
Okay.
24th meeting. We said that. They published it in the paper.
Okay. Annex. So the 5th will be in the annex, the 7th will be in the annex, the 11th will be in the annex, the 12th will be in the annex,
Everything.
and the 13th will be in the annex.
And the 14th.
And the 14th.
All our commissioners.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
You're on out.
14th is 9 a.m.
Okay,
Yeah, that's the hearing. Slash regular meeting.
Tim, all those meetings will be in the annex. Okay,
Should be.
Mr. Dolhany. Okay,
What I have, and
I don't know what the large classroom and small classroom, but, on the 11th at the annex, they have a meeting at 10 a.m. I don't know what time we should be able to do.
And it's hard to see it.
The 12th, all day at the annex is full. It's booked the whole day.
also we can't even use the annex.
The 13th at 5 p.m., they have a 911 meeting. And then the 14th at 12:30, they have an MSU.
I can't hear anything you're saying.
The 13th, it's full, or at 5 p.m. it's full. The 12th, it's full all day, and the 14th at 12:30, they have a meeting. All for the annex.
I have one more thing to say. This topic's starting to really bug me. Have we done everything we can? I know Tom's worked on trying hearing compatibility stuff. This is getting really time consuming about where we're meeting. We have a lot of important things going on. Have we done everything we can so our commissioners can hear as best as they possibly can? There's a lot of technology on this stuff.
candidly don't know what else we could do. We've got the system in. That's here that can be used. But the problem is the air handler being on, if you're amplifying the sound in the room, it's going to amplify it in the hearing device as well.
There's no other systems. We've looked into any other options.
I've not looked into it any further than that. I mean, this was a $2,000 system as it was. And I think that was probably a starting price. I think anything that's a better quality will start going up from there.
And
Let's offer our room to these other organizations. I mean, I know they're renting this facility from us, but they can skip a day. Let's offer them the rooms in here.
that's a good idea.
Can we do
Maybe
that?
they would take them.
Yeah, we can get on the phone tomorrow, see who's got it reserved and ask if they.
Then could you email us and let us know what's going on?
We'll have Kelly call them. We'll get them on, get a commitment like immediately.
Who are they? 911?
One's 911,
MSU.
one's a MSU extension meeting, and then I didn't write the other one down. It said training. It was booked the whole day, department something.
Sure, if you explain to them what we have going on, they'd be more than willing to help us out.
Yeah, and this is the same, I mean, annex is pretty much same.
It's a hearing issue is the problem.
Yeah, I'll call them on tomorrow.
All right. Okay. Good idea, Commissioner Scott.
That was a good idea.
Okay,
Good idea.
so that's kind of in limbo until we hear if they will use this. Okay, Administrative Controllers Report.
You've got the detailed report on the iPads. A couple of things that occurred today that I wanted to update you on. The first is our health insurance rates came in. The hard cap amounts went up 4.1% for 2024. Unfortunately, the insurance rates are going up 7.1%. But that's not all bad. Again, most of our plans fall under the hard cap. There would be some fluctuations, for instance, with the HSA, we just simply wouldn't be able to contribute quite as much, but it's still, a decent program for the employees. This will all be presented to our healthcare coalition. As soon as I can get our Mesa rep locked down on a date, we'll go over these. There's also another plan that Mesa has out now called Balance Plus. And the employees might be interested in substituting that for one of the other plans that we already have on the books. The advantage of that is that Balance Plus has incorporated into it some of the voluntary benefits that we just added for our employees to do through payroll deduction. One of those is the hospitalization insurance or supplement that would supplement employees who have hospital stays. There's also a short-term disability component to it. So our employees might be interested in that. I won't know until we present it to the Healthcare Coalition. And again, I need the Mesa rep here to explain all that. Otherwise, this is not bad. I know one county near here is borderline 18% increase, and they're having to swallow the whole thing. So this is not bad for us, and particularly as such a small group. On the other side of the coin, on the less positive news, we did have our conversation this afternoon with our bond advisors, talking about that pension debt that we have. It was the $7.1 million total. We believe again that, and just this is a tune that I'm tired of reporting on, but there appeared to be some more mistakes in the MERS actuary that was done to look at these numbers. But that being said, the item that really we can't get past are the interest rates right now and where they stand for any of these bonds. Their interest rates are hovering in the 5% range, and unfortunately, that's enough to take us out of the equation for the bonding of the pension. It's unfortunate, but at least we have the knowledge. We explored it to see if it would work. They told us it would not. Now, one of the criteria is, in order to qualify under the state statute to do this, we have to show that we would save at least 15% through bonding. The closest they got us was 14.1. But unfortunately, these interest rates are not going to go down. And even if they did go down, they would have to go down by probably 2 or 3 percentage points before we would even qualify. That's not going to happen. So this does not look like it's going to be a viable option. We are going to ask MERS to reevaluate their actuary, make whatever changes. Our bond advisors will plug those numbers in just to confirm our suspicions. But once that interest rate takes a dramatic drop, it really won't matter even with a corrected actuary. We're just not going to qualify. So that's the report on the bond.
Question on the bond. I have a question for Tim on the bond.
Go ahead, Mr. Wilson.
Who's making these mistakes?
This is the MERS actuary. So right at
Supplemental to the actuary.
right, yeah, but it's the same company that does it, the GRS company. In this case, I mean, they told us that one of our divisions was not included in the calculation, and yet we saw on one of their spreadsheets where they did include it in the calculation. So there's just some inconsistencies in there. The numbers might actually be right, but their explanation is wrong, or it could be the other way around. Either way, we need to know for sure that the actual actuary that we got for this year was missing a whole employee out of one of the groups, and that's definitely wrong. That's got to be fixed. There's nothing we can do about it. I mean, they have to do it at our end or at their end and then report their results back to us. But yeah, that's at that end. The MERS end is where that's happening. And it's not necessarily MERS themselves. They subcontract this out to, I can't remember the name.
GRS.
It's GRS. I can't remember what the acronym or acronym stands for, but they're an accounting firm. So I don't know on their end exactly where that breakdown happens. I can only tell you that it happened. We need it fixed.
Have we seen these problems in the past, these accounting issues?
Sorry.
It's just, in my experience, unusual for MERS. They're usually right on top of this, but, I don't know. It's maybe new people. I don't know. I don't know what the issue is.
These mistakes haven't cost us money, additional monies, have they?
No, but it just gives us an inaccurate result, and then we can't have confidence in our budgeting if that's not accurate. And it's a bill we have to pay. We know that.
Yep.
So we'd really like it to be correct. So that's what we'll ask them to do.
So we just receive as, oh, sorry, we'll fix it. That's what, there's no real other accountability other than,
They are set up under state statute. I can look to see if there's any consequence for that, but I would be very surprised if there was.
it's ridiculous.
So the rest of there's a 2-page report that you've got on there for details and some other things that are going on, just to bring you up to speed. But obviously the bulk of my time has been budget related
Really?
during the report. You think? Yeah.
Mine too.
All these spreadsheets keep coming up. Yeah.
I just keep looking. Sorry. Look at official department head reports. So we're looking at hard cap if we do.
That's definitely the most palatable option all the way around. Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't the 80-20.
That would be a substantial change. And in the family plan, for instance, on even the HSA plans, where right now we're able to contribute on just the straight ABC plan, contribute $237 a month to the HSA plans. If we went to 80-20, these employees would be paying out of pocket in excess of $3,000 a year for that same plan, exactly the same plan. So no, this is definitely the better route to go from the employee standpoint. And again, I'd mentioned at the other meeting that one of our contracts has that baked into it anyway. So all signs are pointing to our gap.
Okay, administrator, I was already done that. Okay. Elected official and department head reports, sheriff,
I don't have anything tonight. Thank you.
treasurer.
Hello, everyone. Karen Piglowski, your Ogemaw County Treasurer. On your iPads, you'll find an annual, which is statutory requirement of real property tax foreclosure sales report. I don't know if you had a chance to look at it, but if you had any questions.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
On your iPad, there is a statutory required annual tax foreclosure sales report. If you had time to look at it, if you had any questions, I could answer for you.
Is that this foreclosing government unit report that we see here?
Correct. It is for the year of 2021 tax sale of the 2018 taxes. No questions?
Is the mic working? Oh, that is.
You just have a real soft voice,
Okay.
unlike mine.
The other thing I wanted to mention to you next tonight, aside from our disappointing Zoom meeting today, very disappointing, was that on September 7th is my first tax sale for foreclosure. I have 22 properties going to sale, and there are already bidders pre-bidding before the sale even opens, and I already have 20 properties bid on. So my sale is looking like it's going to be successful.
How many properties?
22 properties going to sale, and 20 of them already have pre-bids on them. And some of them are sizable. So,
Good.
yeah, so good news. Hopefully we sell all of them. The sale doesn't even start till 10 o'clock on the 7th of September, and I already have 20 of them with pre-bids. That's all I have for you tonight.
Can we come by? Can we come by and look at what those are?
You sure can.
Okay, thank you.
There's a website where I have pronounced
Oh,
my
okay.
office.
Okay.
Which one?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
10 o'clock on the 7th, okay. Nothing else?
I do.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm usually first. You threw me off. Brett Gildner, your Ogemaw County Clerk. So last week, we had our annual County Clerk Association meeting, and it was pretty much all geared toward election unknown, which I now have a lot of answers, so
Could you raise your voice a little bit, please?
I can. I got a lot of answers for the election stuff that we had unknowns
Good.
prior to, yeah. So I'm feeling really comfortable. I have to turn in our county plan to the state by September 8th, whether or not all of the townships are gonna combine. What the state is doing is they have $30 million in grant money that they're giving to counties for an incentive to combine. So if we combine, they're telling us that we're going to get reimbursed for all of that. Now, if there are a couple townships that want to do it by themselves, which there's one township that there's a special meeting on September 7th to discuss this, they may not get any of the grant money. Just because the whole point of the grant money is to incentivize to combine. So what it's looking at for us is, as a county, we're gonna have to basically get all the election equipment that we don't already have. Which we already have a tabulator, we'll need, probably what I might ball figure, it's gonna be around $8,000 or $9,000 of stuff that we'll have to buy, but it's all gonna get reimbursed. The workers that'll come here will all get reimbursed, and they did say that neither Tracy or I could be part of the 3 workers.
Cannot be, is that correct?
Cannot.
Cannot be.
No. But there was a lot of good information, and I'm kind of working through it right now, trying to get our plan on paper so that it can be sent in, ready to go. But I don't think it's going to be as bad as what it initially was made out to be. The Bureau is stressing that this 9 days early is just another way to vote. So you can vote election day in person, you can still do your absentee, and now they're adding the 9 days early. So I actually I'm feeling pretty good about it. And we're gonna try and get as much done ahead of time so we can plan, and there actually is Wayne County, I believe it is going to do an actual run through of the 9 days early to see what is all gonna be entailed. So they're supposed to share it with us.
You can kind of participate with them in that
Yeah,
and watch the whole thing to see what the glitz are. It'd be
right.
nice to have a run through. I mean, it really would be,
Yeah.
because we don't want
I
to say,
agree.
oh my gosh, what do we do now?
I agree. So my plan, and I've talked to my staff, our focus in this whole thing is going to be educating everybody. So I would like to go to the high school, talk to the senior, the kids who are 18 who can vote, go to all the local Kiwanis, Optimists, different groups, just to get as much education out as we possibly can. Just to make people feel more comfortable about it, because it is a new process, and with the 2020 election, how upset it made people with, different things. I would like as much transparency and as much at ease as possible. So, it was all positive. And then they also said that the Bureau said that there is the security grant that we got last year for the election security. There's still funding left from that. So they're going to plan on using some of that as well to reimburse. And then the presidential primaries are reimbursed. So election time, next year should not cost us as much as it normally would.
Rick, speaking of the residential primary, what month is that gonna be held? Do you know yet?
They still don't know, but they told us to plan for February 27th.
February 27th?
Yep, and then if it's in March,
That's a question. When do they have to make up their mind to drop dead day?
should, it's like coming up. down-
Because all the balance have to be printed
Yeah.
and all that and sent out to everybody and
Mhm.
you gotta get all set up and. So I hope it's to
What
drop
about-
dead day,
It's-
the 20,
It's soon
26th.
that the deadline is. I'm not sure exactly when the deadline
Okay.
is, but it is 90 days before.
Well, they're gonna have to pretty soon then.
Yeah,
Are you planning a run through also with your people to make sure there are no glitches or no?
meaning our early day run through. I would like to, yeah.
Okay,
The state's gonna do in, which is kind of really late, but this is what they're doing. In our December, the first week in December, we have our next County Clerk Association meeting. It's a 2-day training. They're gearing it all towards election, the stuff that they couldn't answer this time. They're hoping to have the answers by then, and then we're gonna do a train the trainer so that we can properly train everybody.
when is that gonna happen in December, did you say?
Our training is the 5th, I believe. It's
Okay,
Thursday, Friday of that first week in December. And then after that, every election, we always offer a training for the election inspectors. So my plan is I want to retrain everybody because there's different processes now, so we're gonna retrain, recertify everybody, so give the best.
What they say about times?
How long?
Yeah, how long is?
8 hours a day, we can choose what we want. So,
But if we want 8 to 4, or we want 9 to 5, or whatever, we can.
correct, it just has to be 8
It
hours.
has to be 8.
Mhm. Yeah, and then it will be the Saturday, Sunday, Monday through Friday. The weekend before the election, there will be nothing, the township clerks have to be in their office for their office hours, and then the Monday before, there will be nothing. We'll have a day to breathe and get ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was all positive. I asked a lot of questions, got a lot of questions answered. This was probably the most beneficial training that I've went to so far. So,
Okay,
all right, thank you.
yeah,
how many people do you think you'll have in the polling?
I don't know. Right now, I don't feel like right now, because so many people don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think the turnout would be very well.
No, I don't mean voters, I mean, how many workers does it take each day?
3.
3, okay.
Yeah. And then the townships, got to get the contracts finalized too. Those contracts the contract between the townships and us does not have to be completed by September 8th. We just have to
Right.
turn in our plan. And then
Yep.
the end of November, we have to have our contracts done.
So all those ballots are coded, so they go to the right district, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yep,
okay,
yeah. I'm kind of excited to see how it's all gonna work because they said, so we're all in different townships. You guys all can come in, vote on the same machine. It's programmed. So you're gonna come in, we're going to print your ballot. You'll fill it out. He comes in, print his ballot, fills it out. At the end of the night, they're all gonna go in the same bag for canvasser purposes. But the results are going to be given back to your township. Well, not the results, but like you vote, your township will know. It'll be in real time. So your township will know that you voted here.
so you can't vote
If
twice.
you were to go ask for an absentee ballot or go on election day, they're gonna tell you
Sorry about that. Okay, you already voted. Okay.
Yeah, so they're trying to think of all the little things that,
You know, the turnout in those 9 days might not be that much.
I don't think it will. Well, that's why the education part of it is so important to me, because I feel like it's gonna give us a little bit better idea of how many people to expect. But as of right now, it's an unknown.
Or it
I
could
don't think a lot, but
be a landslide group of people come in too. You
Yeah.
just don't know.
the one bad thing about it is if you are not registered to vote, you come here during the 9 days early, we can't register you. You have to go back to your township. So somebody that lives in Goodar drives all the way in thinking they're coming to register to vote, we have to send them back to Goodar. So that's where the education part comes in as well, because I would feel horrible telling somebody you just drove 40 minutes for nothing.
And that's where you come in, go into the townships and tell them, if you want to register to vote, you have to register to vote in the township.
And the Bureau is, they're making, like all of the newspaper notices, all the flyers, handouts, material like that, they're making, so it's all consistent.
Okay.
That they said to start or to expect it at the end of the year, beginning of the year. Which again, I think is late, but it's gonna be a mad dash at the beginning of the year.
It sounds like you're starting to get a grasp on what's gonna happen here.
Yeah, like I said, I feel, I left there feeling totally comfortable.
Good, good.
How many townships are committed right now?
16 out of the 17 jurisdiction, we have 16 out of the 17, so we have one that their board wanted costs, so they tabled it at their meeting, but then they just scheduled a special meeting for Thursday morning.
Okay.
Right now, there's no cost.
Well, no, because if they do it, yes,
No cost,
but if
they
they
come
do it
back.
on their own, they're not
Right.
probably gonna get reimbursed.
Right.
Which,
Oh, they shouldn't get reimbursed, the program is
Right,
for
that's the
the
whole point of it.
collaboration.
yeah,
All right, thanks, Breck.
yeah.
Thank you.
Do you have any no other elected officials in here?
Jeff
Do we have any
Nichols-
matters from the floor?
Hold on, Jeff, I think
Jeff Nichols is on the
veterans.
phone, veterans.
That's okay. I don't have anything. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Jeff.
No problem.
All right. Do we have any motions for adoption?
Nope.
Nope. Commissioner reports. Commissioner
I
Wilson.
went to the road commission, couple of meetings. Nothing that's way out to it. They adopted their 24 budget at the road commission Wednesday morning. So, and all their projects are coming along pretty good. I haven't had any township meetings or anything, so. That's the only one I've been to, I think. Oh, the city, I went to the city. But I don't have my minutes with me. And Paul's not here to help me out, if you need Wes. Okay, that's all I got.
Commissioner Wilson?
I also, was at the road commission meetings. Both of them, and yes, they had, their budget has been adopted. Last Friday, I was up in Alpena. I think I told you guys that on Thursday, I was going up there for the regional, housing partnership. I'm on the, chairman on the steering committee for that. It was a great 3 hours up there. Again, Target Alpena is the fiduciary for our 11 county area. We've got some really exciting stuff, some really smart, strong leaders that are involved with this. And so basically, what we're asking is, and this is going to be tweaked a little bit, but our plan is basically over the next 5 years to create 5,000 new homes, new apartment units. This is over our Lebanon County area. So our goal is after the first year to have 1,000. And basically, we're thinking around that $30 million mark is what we're gonna put in for request for the state for our funding for all this. So, I believe it's the last day of September. This has to be all in with the state, and I'm sure that they may have some questions for us. And then, we'll answer all the questions, and then we're just gonna wait to find out what we get. But we have been told that, the more we can have our stuff together and the more we can be proactive at this, that there could be the possibility of getting more funding. So say our first year, we hit our target numbers and above, there's a possibility that we could even get more money. So this could be huge for all of us Northeast counties that are rural, that need housing. We've pretty much targeted, just like here in Ogemaw from the 2018 study, that medium income housing is the biggest demand.
Yep.
And that's for new houses, for apartments. So this is really exciting stuff here. So I'll keep you guys posted as we move forward. Other than that, I've got all my pretty much my township meeting and all my other board meetings and stuff coming up. So that's all that I have for today.
Mr. Wiltsey, Mr. Mayhew? Nothing. I went to the Board of Health meeting, and when they talked about mental health, and there is some directions of people from the mental health board I think it's mental health board, went through the old prison, the Standish prison, and they were pleasantly surprised with what good shape that building is in. It's been well maintained. I know the grounds are well maintained, and they're seeing what they can do to get the state to step up to the plate. And because mental health is such a great need, and it's not just in Michigan, it's across the nation, to step up to the plate because we don't have one, to use that for a mental health facility. And it could be inmate, outpatient, counseling, whatever. But I think it's very important that we have something here in Michigan, and I think that they would have to make some adjustments to it. Some interior decorating has to be changed considerably, but I think it can be done. It sounds like a great idea, and the state definitely needs it. I met with the mental health board. I really like the organization, what I've seen so far. I didn't get to stay for the whole meeting or anything, but I was introduction, and I met the individuals, the CEO, etc. And we'll be getting together soon to go over real specifics of what expected of me, and so I know what their mission statement is, etc. And guess what? I get another computer. I'm so excited. I hate those things, but another password, there's something else to remember. And then I did participate in the golf outing that we had Tuesday, I think it was. And we had more participants than anticipated. And many of them want to do it again next year. We did have a lot of fun. We have
some winners in the room.
Yeah.
And
Multiple winners.
yeah.
Thank you.
The clerk's
For the
office.
prizes.
Thank you.
And so we had one incident where one individual had a little more fun than everybody else, but we won't go into that right now. It's more fun than you didn't want to know about. So, but it was enjoyable by everybody. So it was fun. Okay, any comments from the general public? We don't have much public in the room. How about public on the screen? No comments. Okay, need a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
A second? All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Everybody have a good night. Be safe. Megan, thank you for joining us.
29.